Hey there, Virgos. It is your friend, Dharma Jane. It is October. The veil is thin. We are able to receive messages. We just had a full moon in Aries, so everybody's all fired up. So let's talk about that. This is going to be a love reading specifically for the sun sign of Virgo. Also worked for your moon sign, your rising sign, and Venus, if those are in Virgo. If you're not sure what those signs are, go to Google and type in something like astral chart, birth chart, and you'll find out where all your planets are. This is going to be a love spread, so it's a two-sided spread, a yin and a yang. There's always going to be a masculine and a feminine in a relationship. It doesn't matter what gender you actually are. We're talking about soul gender here. So there's a divine masculine and a divine feminine. And so place it wherever it goes for you. And this is a great spread for cross watchers. Hello, welcome. So also I'm doing solar year readings. So those are going to be for the entire year, and they're going to come out around your birthdays. So let's get started. Calling in guides, calling in angels, calling in anyone from the highest good that has a message for Virgos in love. Spirit, can we please? All right. Wow. You know what I was going to say before I even started this, while I was kind of meditating on your cards and staging out the room and getting ready, was that I'm sorry. Like, I just wanted to apologize to Virgo, because as soon as I picked up the cards, I started feeling like loss. Like a marriage is over, or some kind of breakup, right? And then I ask for the heartbeat of the relationship, and we get somebody who doesn't want to be single. I don't think that the main person that I'm reading for here is happy with how things turned out. And we'll have to get more cards to see, but I kind of feel like it has to do with another person. So we'll see. Where is the yin energy, please, Spirit? What can we hear from the yin or feminine? That didn't work. Feminine energy, please. Okay. Oh no. So again, here we are with this half. You have half of what you had. You had 10 pentacles, now you have 5. That doesn't make us happy at all. And the king in our life, probably the masculine or the yang energy, did something that was cutting. That was like, whoosh, and it's almost like took the sword and just cut all the pentacles in half. And I feel like the yin didn't get a say-so. I just feel like I want to talk about a third person who came in and just messed everything up. Ooh, this energy is really heavy. Whew. So where's the yang then? Where's their energy? 10 of Swords. So, I mean, in their mind, it's over. They've already done the cutting. They have reached the end. And like when you get the 10 of air upright, it's at the end. And when it's in reverse, the swords are gone. They all came out. It's over. And I'm not really feeling any remorse. I almost feel like relief, because when you look at this, she's blowing all these burdens away. And I feel like that's just an awful, like that stings this person, because over here, the yin is like, I'm not a burden. Our family wasn't a burden. None of this was a burden. And here you are like, whoa, I'm so glad all my burdens are gone. Oh my goodness. That's my mom. Mom. I gotta clear that, or it's gonna keep dinging. So this yin is like, what the heck, dude? And that's kind of indicative of this King of Swords, where we're like, you just cut everything out and didn't really even consider. And over here, like, wow, I'm so glad I'm done with all these burdens. And this yin is like, I'm not a burden. I was never a burden to you. This was, ooh. I might get fired up. The full moon was last night, and I'm not liking this energy at all, so excuse me in advance if I get fired up over this, but what the hell, dude? What does the yin want? Ooh, what did I tell you? There was another queen. This Virgo would like for an offer to be rescinded to a fire sign. I feel like, oh my God, that Dixie Chick song just came in my head. He's 2 and she's 4 and you know they adore. Oh my God, that song makes me cry so hard. Sometimes I wake up crying at night. This is what I'm talking about. And I just got wicked chills. I feel like an offer was given to a fire sign, and this is not a fire sign. This is a third person. And the Virgo or the yin would like for this offer to be rescinded. Like she needs to go away. What does the yang want? What do they want out of this relationship? Nine of Cups. I think that what they wanted has changed. Because the Nine of Cups is in reverse. I don't think that they want what they wanted. I don't think they want now what they wanted before. And so it's like they're getting what they wanted, but it's like an empty, it's a bunch of empty cups. It's an empty treasure chest. And so I feel like maybe what they're getting themselves into right now, oh, these are too many cards, but the Hierophant, I'm going to take that one because it showed up in the reverse, it showed up on top. This would be like wanting a divorce so that they can get this other thing that they think is really special and wonderful, but they're like not aware that what it is that they're wanting is a bunch of empty cups. Because it's almost like this fire sign over here is just in it for the competition. And once they win the competition, they're going to move on to the next competition, and then this person over here is going to be left in the dust. Probably trying to come back to this yin, and this yin is like already destroyed over it. So if you're doing that, don't play around with people's hearts. People should not be a plan B, ever. What is the blocks on the yin side, please? Well, I mean, well, there's the competition, right? There's the competition with this girl. But more importantly, it talks about battling. And I think that this relationship together has had so many problems that now every time we see each other, we just argue and fight. And it's usually over this fabulous wench of a person who clearly has wedged themselves in the middle of a marriage and has caused problems. So a block for the yin is going to be the fact that there's nothing but arguing and fighting and competition around. But the main feeling is that they still don't want to be single. Or not even just single, they don't want to be without their king over here. What's the blocks for the yang, please? They haven't moved on yet, or they can't move on. So it's like this person is still here, but in their mind, they're like, well, all these burdens are gone, and I have this new person. All I have to do is just get divorced first. And so it's like they're trying to hold on to a couple of different things all at once. I think they're trying to like be really methodical about timing and how they're going to do it. But what they're not doing is being courteous. What they're not doing is understanding that this third party that they brought in has ruined everything. I mean, for some people, I feel like I want to talk about polyamory, and I haven't talked about that since the spring. And for those of you who don't know what that is, those are partner, like a relationship, who then decide that they want to have other partners too. And I personally am not into that, but some people really are. And then but what ends up happening is that you have two people that are together, and then they bring in two more people, and then those people meet, and everybody's friends. But then it turns into this thing where, like on the yin side, the partner left, and then the yang side still has their extra partner. But then it turns out that the yang likes the extra partner better, and so they just leave this person out. And that's just awful, inconsiderate. If you're married to somebody and you make a decision to bring in some extra people to spice things up and to make things fun, you don't leave the original partner for the new person. That's just straight shade. I mean, and I can hear some people being like, well, yeah, but he was this and he was that, or she was this and she was that, and so it was better for me to leave for the new person. That's fine, except that there's a spiritual contract here. And the way that it's going about, or the way that it's being played out, is not okay. It's not nice, and it's breaking the heart of someone that you had a soul contract with for this new passionate person who's only in it so they can compete. What can we expect for an outcome in October for this relationship, please? King of Cups and the Fool in reverse. Well, that's good news. So basically the King of Cups is someone who's going to offer the love, and so it changes from this cutting king to this loving king. Now, this could be a new person for some of the ends, but it could also be a change from this person into this person. And so if the yang is like, well, I can't leave, I'm not able to leave, I'm not able to get divorced, I'm realizing that these cups are empty, I might as well fill this cup of love back up because I screwed up. And I think Halloween is going to be significant, not because of any other reason, but because there's like togetherness or like parties or something with kids. Oh, geez. So, all my cards fell, but that one came out upright. Ten of rods. I mean, this independence and being alone is really, really burdensome. But at the same time, for some of you, it was manifested. Like you were very, very unhappy in the relationship that you had. And so you tried to manifest the burdens away. And the way that the universe responded with that was to bring in somebody who was going to ruin everything so that this person would leave you. And usually the universe brings things in a way that is efficient, but sometimes really harsh. And so you get what you want, but in the middle of it, you're like, this is horrible. And it's just, it's not, that's not Eight of Rods. That's what I'm talking about. It's not moving quickly enough. It's like lingering energy of this like really, really slow separation. Spirit, can you please explain the King of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, please? So you have this like passionate king, or the one that you were passionate about at some point, and it's not ending, but it is ending. It's like standing in the, I can just see somebody like standing in the middle of the road, like watching your dude drive away with some other girl, like, we'll be back later. And you're like, I fucking hate you, dude. And that's so awful to say, but I just feel like rage. Like, how can you be so callous and so, like, you're waving to me from the car saying, we'll be back later, you and this other girl, because 3 years ago, I decided, or we both decided that it would be fun to try polyamory for a minute, and here I am alone with the kids all day long while you're out running around with this chick that has no kids and can, like, go out with you and, like, do all these things that I used to be able to do. And you're just clueless. Told you I was going to get fired up. See? This Virgo, this yin is not happy. They're feeling small. They're feeling insignificant. They're feeling like what they used to, when they used to be the king and the queen together, it's now this king and this queen, and here I am as the page. I've been demoted in my own damn house. Oh my God. I am just fired up. I can't even believe this. Listen, as a Libra, as justice, as somebody who weighs things out on both sides, this is not cool. This is not something that should be accepted. And I encourage the people that this is happening to empower yourselves and don't allow yourself to be small. Allow yourself to be the force that makes everything else move. So then why is the Yang Ten of Swords? See? Because they're holding on to this thing that should have ended. They're holding on to this fire sign or whatever, this passionate female, and it's breaking the entire relationship. It's not balance. It's not justice. There's nothing okay about it. This new lover that they have, or this person that keeps swirling around all the time, has essentially ruined everything. And I can't say for sure that this masculine gives a shit. You know, I'm talking smack about this person, but this yin was with them. So they don't have all bad qualities. They don't. But whatever, this adding the additional person, which I feel like was accepted at one point, was a bad idea. The hindsight, right? Why is this Queen of Fire and Messenger over here, please? Let's see. They don't. It cuts the yin. It cuts them to hear constantly about this fire sign. It cuts them to be sitting there at dinner and this yang is like, oh, me and so did this and this and this today and it was so much fun. And you're like, well, thanks for asking about my day, you know. And here we have it again. This offer, the yin wants the offer back. It belonged to them in the first place. Why is the Nine of Cups and the Hierophant in reverse over here, please? Well, yeah, because they want to be single. They want to be able to have their cake and eat it too. They want to be able to come and go as they please. They don't want to answer to anybody. And it seems with the 2 nines like it would be everything that they wanted, except these are cards for single people. And this person is not single. He's got 2, if not more people after him, and he likes it. You know, I want to talk about like whispering in the ears of others. And there's the Ten of Swords again. He's ready for this to be over so that he can run around and be single, except that he's not going to run around and be single. He wants to run around and be with this other girl, except this other girl does not have intentions to make a marriage at all. Why does the 5 of Rods for the blocks for the yin, please? Yeah. It's their partnership. It's their marriage. And they have to compete. That's not cool. Right? Keeps them up all night, worrying about it. But with the High Priestess, it's like you know what the right thing to do is. And that's what I was saying before about trying to empower yourself and get to a place where you do what's in your highest good. When the yin does what's in their highest good. Why is the 6 of Swords the block for the yang, please? Yeah. Because they can't move on from Virgo because they're married to him, or you know, in a hardcore relationship. And more importantly, I'm pretty sure that if Virgo gets fired up enough, or if this yin gets mad enough, she's going to take the kids and she's going to take all your money. And I'm not going to say that's what you get, but she's going to take your kids and all your money. And so you're like, well, maybe I just won't go. And I'll just stay here and have my cake and eat it too while I do all this and do whatever I want. And I don't care what anybody thinks, because that would be the best option for me. But that's nothing but burden for everybody else. This person over here is clueless. They are just like, I'm going to do what's best for me, even though I'm carrying an entire family of people with me. And it doesn't even matter to me if what's best for me isn't best for the group. And, you know, go ahead and feel that way all you want. But this side needs to understand that if you're with somebody who is only putting themselves first, that's what you're going to get back every time. And so, again, we're talking about trying to empower yourself to make the decision of how to deal with this, even though it hurts so bad. So then why is the King of Cups the outcome then, please? Oh, Virgo. Oh. You know what this is? This is self-love. Virgo is going to go within and become the King of Cups for themselves. That's another indication of this High Priestess, in that they're not receiving the love that they need from this person. And so the best thing to do is go within, see the light, and fill up your own cup and become this King of Cups, who is then available to receive and give love again. Yeah, because that's basically that's the offer. That's your only choice. To get back into a place where you're loving you, even though that really sucks, because these cups are history. Not long gone history, like gone away, but history is in like, here's when we got married, here's when we went to college together, here's some of our kids, and this is this foundation, but he can't reach them anymore. They're gone. And so the universe is like, here you go. Let's fill you back up with this cup of love and see what we can start over with. It's just, I don't think that Virgo's very happy about that. Because it's almost like they lose, right? They've been deceived. They've been duped out of, oh my goodness, there's the Ten of Swords again. That's 3 times. 3 times in one reading. And with the Fool in reverse over here, that's not a clean, that's not getting a clean slate. So, for some advice from the fairies, for the yin, please. This guy's name is the Glanconer, the Glansonier, however you want to say it. Point is, this is the one who, it's kind of like the Moon card, but he wipes away illusion and delusion and lust and brings us clear sight, which is kind of the same thing as the High Priestess, which was your block. And so as advice, spirits are like, look, if you get a grip on the reality of what this situation is, you might be better off and be on a more sturdy path to get to the place that you want to go to. Because feeling like this relationship is still salvageable, which it could be, but holding on to it that it's going to be the way that it was with, you know, all these old cups, that's illusion. And so by clearing out the illusions, you then come to a place of clarity and of how to fill your own cup back up. Advice for the masculine, please. So, the Lasguna. I love this card. She's so grounded and so earthy. I kind of just want to be like, settle down. Not settle down and like make house, but like chill out for a minute. Because this is like so excited, like, woohoo, I've got this new partner and or this additional partner and everything is great. And this is, the fairy's like, why don't you like look in the mirror for a minute? How about you slow down and simmer down and take a long, hard look in the mirror and deal with some of this reality? Because what you're doing is not in anybody's highest good. Even if it feels good for you, it's not in the highest good of all the energy that you have around you. And so Lasguna is like, sit here on this toadstool and think about what you're doing. Really think about what you're doing first, because as of right now, you're on a path that's a little shaky. Can we get one final card, please, for the group as a whole? The Soul Shrinker. So what does that mean? You know, first off, talks about being cruel and saying things that aren't nice. That's up here with this King of Swords. Sometimes I think of the Soul Shrinker as the King of Swords. But this is this as a outcome for both parties. This relationship is toxic for both of you. It is. It shrinks the soul. And if the idea in this incarnation is to, like, you know, ascend, this is doing the opposite. And so hopefully we've learned all the lessons that we needed to learn so that when we move into the next relationship, we know what to accept and what we're going to allow. Because this relationship is shrinking the soul. Okay, Virgo, that's all I have for you for October. I'm sorry it was kind of a heavy message. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget about your yearly solar year readings. Okay? Until next time, have a good one, Virgo.